What up, it's your boy, Mr. Downtown Remo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, January 11th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Raymo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. James Franco addressed sexual misconduct allegations that arose on Twitter Tuesday to Stephen Colbert on The Late Show. The sexual misconduct allegations were posted on Twitter recently by three women after Franco won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy for his role in The Disaster Artist. The women, which included actresses Ally Sheedy and Sarah Theodore Kaplan, shared their stories and thoughts on Franco as he was seen wearing a Time's Up pin at the Golden Globes. The pin was worn by other Hollywood stars to bring awareness to sexual harassment. Sheedy has said in a since-deleted tweet, "James Franco just won. Please never ask me why I left the film TV business. Okay, wait, bye. Christian Slater and James Franco at a table on at Golden Globes. #MeToo." Franco said, "First of all, I had no idea what I did to Ally Sheedy when asked by Colbert about the allegations." He says, "I directed her in a play off-Broadway. I had nothing but a great time with her. Total respect for her. I have no idea why she's upset." He continued, "The things that I heard that were on Twitter are not accurate, but I completely support people coming out and being able to have a voice. If there's restitution to be made, I will make it." Franco says, "I'm here to listen and learn and change my perspective where it's off." Theodore Kaplan on Twitter said that she felt forced to perform 2 nude scenes in a film from Franco. She wrote, "Hey James Franco, nice at Time's Up pin at the #Golden Globes. Or a few weeks ago when you told me the full nudity you had me do in 2 of your movies for $100 a day wasn't exploitative because I signed a contract to do it. Time's up on that. I 100% did not feel like I had a choice to say no. Best wishes to you." The third woman, Violet Paley, said on social media platform that Franco tried to force her to perform oral sex on him. She says, "Cute, #TimesUpPin, James Franco. Every time you pushed my head down in the car towards your exposed penis, and that other time you told my friend to come to your hotel when she was 17, after you had already been caught doing that to a different 17-year-old. She continued by saying, "A couple of weeks ago, James offered me and a few other girls in an overdue, annoyed, convenient phone apology. I'd only accept, but maybe some other people's lives would be made easier if he donated all his earnings from The Disaster Artist to @Rain #1. The allegations led to the New York Times canceling a Time Talk event with Franco and his brother Dave Franco, who were scheduled to discuss The Disaster Artist, Deadline reported. Franco was previously under fire in 2014 when he admitted to asking out a 17-year-old girl. David Oyelowo, Dominic West, and Lily Collins have been cast in BBC's upcoming Les Miserables miniseries. The trio will be featured in lead roles on the miniseries, with West portraying Jean Valjean, Oyelowo as Inspector Jarvet, and Collins as Fantine, Variety reported. Adil Akhtar and Olivia Colman have also been cast as Monsieur and Madame Thénardier, with Ellie Bamber as Cosette, Josh O'Connor as Marius, and Aaron Kellyman as Espionage. The 6-part miniseries, which is a co-production between the BBC Studios and Lookout Point for BBC Masterpiece, is based on Victor Hugo's classic novel of the same name instead of the well-known musical adaptation. Andrew Davies is penning the script, with production set to begin in February. Tom Shacklin is directing, Deadline reported. West and Oyelowo are executive producing alongside Davies and Faith Penhall for Lookout Point, Bethan Jones for BBC Studios, Mona Koreshki for BBC One, and Rebecca Eaton for Masterpiece. The project was originally set to be co-produced by the Weinstein TV. However, they were dropped following the release central allegations against Harvey Weinstein. Mark Hamill and WWE superstar Samoa Joe have been cast in the upcoming Transformers animated series Power of the Primes. The series is the final part of Machinima's and Hasbro's Transformers Prime Wars trilogy that started with Combiner Wars and then Titan Returns, which concluded on Tuesday. The animated series airs on Verizon streaming service Go 90. Hamill, who previously voiced a character in Transformers Rescue Boats, in 2014, will be portraying Decepticon Megatronus, who was exiled from the Transformers' home planet of Cybertron after killing one of the original 13 Primes, the Hollywood Reporter noted. Joe, meanwhile, will be taking on the role of Pre-Daking. The WWE superstar said on Twitter, "Very happy to announce I'm joining the cast of the new Transformers animated series, #PredaKing lives, #Transformers. Hamill and Joe will also be joined by Ron Perlman, who will be portraying Optimus Primal, along with Mikey Way, Jamie King, and Greg Berger, who voiced Grimlock in 1986 Transformers the movie. Series veterans Will Wheaton, Judd Nelson, and Carrie Willigreen are also returning. Transformers: Powers of the Prime is scheduled to debut in the second quarter of 2018. Superman's grandfather, Kal-El, fights for his family's legacy in the first trailer for Sci-Fi's upcoming comic book drama Krypton. The clip, released Tuesday, features Kal-El, played by Cameron Cuff, describing how his family led a revolution against tyranny on Krypton and a look at the doomed alien planet. Kal-El is also paid a visit from a mysterious stranger from the future who pleads with the hero to stop an incoming threat in order to preserve Superman's future. Kal-El is told, "Where I'm from, your grandson becomes the greatest hero of the universe." Krypton is executive produced by David S. Goyer, who penned 2013's Man of Steel and co-wrote its sequel, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Goyer said to Gizmodo at the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour, "You can tell from that trailer that time travel is involved, and what that means is history can be changed, and what happens in the show could be very different from this backstory that people know." He continued, "A lot of people know that Krypton blows up, and that's what caused Superman to come to Earth, but this is really an untold story." Krypton will premiere on March 21st on Sci-Fi. CBS News anchor John Dickerson has joined Gayle King and Norah O'Donnell as the new co-anchor of CBS This Morning. CBS said on Twitter Wednesday, "Big smiles this morning as we welcome Jay Dickerson on the table," alongside a photo of Dickerson posing with King and O'Donnell on the set of CBS This Morning. Dickerson was announced as the new co-anchor of the morning news program Tuesday by CBS News President David Rhodes. Dickerson will transition out of his Face the Nation post, which he's held since July 2015. Dickerson is stepping into the spot left behind by former CBS This Morning anchor Charlie Rose, who was fired by CBS in November after 8 women said he sexually harassed them. Rose said in a statement, "John's impressive track record and strong all-around journalism extends our commitment to real news coverage every morning at CBS. Gayle and Norah continue to show tremendous leadership on our morning broadcasts each day. Colleagues, newsmakers, and peers all appreciate the depth and content John Dickerson brings to every discussion of the day's events. Together with his co-host, he'll project our best values on every broadcast." King said about Dickerson to People magazine, "The fact that our reputation is original reporting and storytelling, and that we have John, who also does original reporting and storytelling, to me, it just seems like there's such a good fit that was really right here all the time." Dickerson, King, and O'Donnell worked together previously while anchoring the final presidential debate of 2016. Dickerson also previously filled in with King and O'Donnell on CBS This Morning for a week in December. O'Donnell says, "This is a new beginning for our show, but with an old friend. We have a shared curiosity. We care deeply about people, and we care deeply about the news. That has always been the centerpiece of that table." E! is settling the record straight on Kat Sadler's reported pay. Frances Berwick, the president of NBC's Universal Lifestyles Network, spoke out Tuesday at the Television Critics Association press tour after Sadler claimed she left E! News due to a massive disparity in salary with co-host Jason Kennedy. Berwick told reporters, according to Entertainment Weekly, "There's a lot of misinformation out there. Kat Sadler and Jason Kennedy had different roles and therefore different salaries. Kat was focused on daytime. Jason Kennedy is on primetime evening news plus red carpet." She explained, according to Variety, "Our employees' salaries are based on their roles and their expertise regardless of gender. So we wish Kat well, but I hope that sets the record straight on that." Sadler said in a blog post December 19 that she quit E! News after learning Kennedy was earning close to double her pay. She told People it was heartbreaking to ask and not receive a salary bump. The star said, "Not only did E! refuse to pay me as much as my male counterpart, but they didn't even come close, nowhere close, not even remotely close." She added, "It's almost insulting because, you work really hard. I'm a single mom of 2 kids. I've given all to this network, and when you learn something like that, it makes you feel very small and underappreciative and undervalued." He initially responded to Sadler in December by saying that the network, quote, "compensates employees fairly inappropriately based on their roles, regardless of gender. Bride-to-be Meghan Markle is no longer on social media. The 36-year-old American actress removed herself from Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook on Tuesday prior to her May 19th nuptials to British royal Prince Harry. Kensington Palace told Us Weekly, Ms. Markle is grateful for everyone who has followed her on social media accounts over the years. However, as she has not used them for some time, she has taken the decision to close them. Markle previously shut down her lifestyle blog, The Tig, in April. She wrote in a farewell post, "After close to 3 beautiful years on this adventure with you, it's time to say goodbye to the Tig. Keep finding those Tig moments of discovery, keep laughing and taking risks, and keep being the change you wish to see in the world." Markle got engaged to Prince Harry in November after more than a year of dating. Updates about the stars will still be found on the official royal accounts, including the Kensington Palace official Twitter account. The palace tweeted of the couple's first official royal engagement of 2018, which took place in London. Prince Harry and Miss Meghan Markle arrived at the Pop Brixton to visit at Represents Radio. Markle and Prince Harry will marry May 19th at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. Nicole Snooki Polizzi's husband is shutting down rumors of a divorce. Johnny LaValle denied breakup reports in an Instagram post Tuesday ahead of Polizzi's appearance on MTV series The Jersey Shore Family Vacation. LaValle wrote, "My wife is filming a scene packing up and leaving for her new show, and I am choosing to not be on TV because I simply do not like it. Nicole and I are doing great, and because became even stronger together while raising our beautiful kids. However, you'll not see me on her reality show." He says, "We are not divorced. For the haters, I hope this message finds you and confuses you even more about life. And for the fans of my wife and her show, I got your back. God bless you, Yaz." Polizzi and LaValle married in November 2014 and share 5-year-old Lorenzo and 3-year-old daughter Giovanna. Rumors swirled about the couple in December after LaValle was absent from the family's Christmas card photo shoot. One fan commented at the time, "Why isn't hubby in this one? Hardly ever seen any pics of them two or entirely family pics. Weird." MTV announced in November that Polizzi and her Jersey Shore co-stars, including Jenny J. Wild Farley and Mike The Situation Sorrentino, will reunite for a new show in 2018. Polizzi celebrated the news on Twitter following the announcement. She wrote, "Jersey Shore 2.0 is coming back. Thanks to the fans. Hashtag Jersey Shore." Sarah Hyland is very proud to be dating someone like boyfriend Wells Adams. The 27-year-old actress praised the 33-year-old Bachelorette alum in an Instagram post Tuesday for thinking it's sexy when a woman speaks her mind. Hyland shared a black and white photo of herself and Adams at what appeared to be a Golden Globes after-party Sunday. The picture showed the star in the same dress she wore at the 2018 Golden Globe Awards. She wrote, "Very proud to be with a man that thinks it's sexy when a woman speaks her mind and stands up for herself, which, in my opinion, is very sexy." At Wells Adams, "I'm also very proud of my Planned Parenthood pin." The Modern Family star wore black to the award show as a sign of solidarity with the hashtag #MeToo movement and the Time's Up equality and anti-harassment campaign. She shared a Time's Up post explaining the decision prior to the ceremony. The post reads, "On Sunday, we wear black to stand in solidarity with women and men everywhere who have been silenced by discrimination, harassment, and abuse." Hyland, who plays Haley Dunphy on Modern Family, defended herself in November after sharing an intimate photo of herself and Adams in bed. She spoke out after an Instagram user admonished her for not keeping her sexual life private. The star said, "I will share what I deem appropriate on social media." Fixer-upper star Joanna Gaines will soon open the doors to her first restaurant. The 39-year-old television personality said in an Instagram post on Tuesday that she and husband Chip Gaines are getting close to opening Magnolia Table. Joanna shared a slideshow of photos of herself and Chip cementing their handprints outside the establishment. The couple purchased the restaurant, formerly known as Elite Cafe, in May 2016. Joanna wrote, "The restaurant is getting so close. Magnolia Table will soon be open, and we can't believe it. Chip plus Joe." Chip recently shared his vision for the Waco, Texas restaurant in an interview with Southern Living. The 43-year-old television personality and author described the new eatery as a breakfast joint poised to open in the summer. Chip said, "I've always been a breakfast connoisseur. I always do a heavy, bigger breakfast, but Joe is the exact opposite. She's kind enough to come with me on this one." He also confessed the restaurant itself is literally one big giant kitchen. "When we first got in there, it was all the things you can imagine, but if I took you in there today, you'd be like, oh, this is so clean, everything smells so great." Joanna's update follows the news that she's pregnant and expecting her 5th child. She and Chip, who are already parents of 12-year-old Drake, 11-year-old Ella, 9-year-old Duke, and 7-year-old Emmy, and shared the announcement this month. Chip and Joanna came to fame on Fixer Upper, which will end after Season 5 on HGTV. The pair explained in an interview with Today in October that they were ending the show to focus more on their marriage. New mom Serena Williams say parenthood can't get her really down. The 36-year-old tennis pro opened up in the February issue of Vogue about the low moments she's experienced since welcoming daughter Alexis Olympia with her husband, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian. Williams confessed, "Sometimes I get really down and feel like, man, I can't do this. It's that same negative attitude I have on the court sometimes. I guess that's just who I am." She also added, "No one talks about the low moments, the pressure you feel, the incredible letdown every time you hear the baby cry. I've broken down I don't know how many times. The emotions are insane." Williams, who's a 23-time Grand Slam singles champion, gave birth to Alexis Olympia in September. While motherhood has proven sometimes challenging, Williams says it has reduced the pressure she feels in the court. She says, "It's not a secret. I have my sights on 25, and actually, I think having a baby might help. When I'm too anxious, I lose matches, and I feel like a lot of that anxiety disappears when Olympia was born." She explained, "Knowing that I've got this beautiful baby to go home to make me feel like I don't have to play another match. I don't need the money or the titles or the prestige. I want them, but I don't need them. That's a different feeling for me." In addition to her candid interview with Vogue, Williams posed with Alexis Olympia for the magazine's cover. She said in an Instagram post Wednesday that seeing the 4-month-old on the cover brought tears to her eyes. She wrote, "When I first saw this at Vogue magazine cover, it brought me to tears to my eyes. All Vogue covers are special, but to share this one with my beautiful daughter at Olympia Ohanian, also the youngest Vogue cover star, makes it moment I will never forget." British actor Hugh Grant is reportedly going to be a dad of 5. The 57-year-old star was spotted with pregnant girlfriend Anna Eberstein during an outing Tuesday in New York, according to People. Grant and Eberstein, who already share a daughter born in 2015, and 5-year-old son John, were photographed at a New York airport. Eberstein's baby bump was seen peeking through her black and white coat. Us Weekly reported Grant and Eberstein were spotted having lunch the same day at Fred's at Barney's, New York. The couple enjoyed a margarita and vegan pizza at the restaurant. A source says Anna was very visibly pregnant. Grant and Eberstein attended the 2018 Golden Globe Awards together Sunday, although Eberstein's growing belly wasn't as visible. The star said in an interview with the Ellen DeGeneres Show the next year, "Everyone was right all these years saying, 'Hugh, why don't you have some children? It changes your life.' Now that I have to say it's quite life-changing." Grant also shares 6-year-old daughter Tabitha and 4-year-old son Felix with ex-partner Tae-Lang Hong. He welcomed Tabitha, his first child, at the age of 51 in September 2011. Dolly Parton has changed the name of her Dixie Stampede dinner attraction by dropping the Dixie from the title. The restaurant, which can be found in Branson, Missouri and Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, will now be named Dolly Parton Stampede. The website for the attraction also reflected the change. Parton said in a statement that the name is being changed as the company looks to expand more locations. The Country Star says our shows currently are identified by where they are located. Some examples are Smoky Mountain Adventures or Dixie Stampede. We also recognize that attitudes change and feels by that streamingly the names of our shows. It will remove any confusion or concerns about our shows and will help our efforts to expand into new cities. Dolly Parton Stampede will be reopened starting January 19th. However, it remains unknown if the content of the dinner show will change as the production team is set to be updating the live entertainment for 2018. The restaurant normally features a comedic take on the battle between the North and the South that includes the audience. The Breeders have announced their first new album in 10 years titled All Nerve, set to be released on March 2nd. The band also announced a North American and European tour and released the title track from the album on Tuesday. The album features a classic lineup of The Breeders, which include twin sisters Kim and Kelly Deal, bassist Josephine Wiggs, and drummer Jim McPherson, Variety reported. The group is best known for their 1993 hit album Last Splash. All Nerve will also feature Courtney Barnett singing background vocals on the tracks How at the Summit and longtime collaborator Steve Albini. The tour is set to begin April 6th at the theater at Ace Hotel in Los Angeles before wrapping up July 13th at the Ritz in Manchester, England. All Nerve will be available for purchase through record label 4AD on vinyl, CD, and on digital services such as Spotify. The label released a teaser trailer for the album that features the band performing inside a studio. The Breeders reunited in 2013 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Last Splash and have been working together ever since. Fanfiction inspired by the K-pop sensation BTS went viral on Twitter over 5 days as a user created an interactive horror story. The tale unfolded via screenshots of fabricated team text messages between members of the Korean boy band as fans voted in Twitter polls for what would happen to the characters next. The plot, created by Twitter user Flirtatious, followed one member of the group, Suga, as he played a horror-themed video game called Outcast that's filled with his fellow bandmates as missing teenagers. The goal is to survive in the game for a certain number of nights. To simulate this, the author updated the alternative universe story in real time for 5 nights. The game started January 3rd on the account with no followers. By Wednesday, the account had 420,000 followers. The hashtag BTS Outcast has hashtag trended worldwide. Liza Baker, 17, of Jupiter, Florida, has been listening to BTS since the summer of 2017 and read all of BTS's Outcast as it updates live. She found the story when it began to blow up on Twitter and started following the Flirtatious account when it had under 50,000 followers. She said of the story's rapid success, "I don't think that any other fandom could have done this just because BTS's fandoms and impact is so widespread that they can make things trend anywhere just because there's an abundance of fans. It literally took off in 2 hours." BTS members, highly active Twitter users, have yet to comment on the story, but the author continues to post bonus information about the story after ending it on night 5. The band is gaining popularity in the United States, performing on the American Music Awards and Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, as well as shows hosted by Ellen DeGeneres and Jimmy Kimmel, among others. Their song DNA hit the Billboard Hot 100. And here are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of January 13th. Number 10, Cardi B with Bodak Yellow, Money Moves. Number 9, Lil Pump with Gucci Gang. Number 8, The Migos, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B with Motorsport. Number 7, Sam Smith with Too Good at Goodbyes. Number 6, Halsey with Bad at Love. Number 5, G-Eazy featuring A$AP Rocky and Cardi B with No Limit. Number 4, Imagine Dragons with Thunder. Number 3, Post Malone featuring 21 Savage with Rockstar. Number 2, Camila Cabello featuring Young Thug with Havana. And the number 1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of January 13th, Ed Sheeran and Beyonce with Perfect. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1992, Paul Simon returns to Johannesburg, South Africa with the blessing of the United Nations. In 1985, singer-songwriter Paul Simon made a controversial 9-day visit to South Africa, a visit that some felt was in violation of the United Nations cultural boycott, but a visit that would dramatically increase worldwide awareness of black South Africans' rich musical traditions. 7 years later, with the UN boycott lifted, Simon returned to South Africa to play a historic concert in Johannesburg on this date in 1992. The cultural boycott of South Africa was put in place during the late 60s and early 70s in response to the racist policies of South Africa under apartheid. With the vocal support of South Africa's banned opposition party, the African National Congress, the United Nations barred South Africa from participating in international sporting events and cultural affairs. Because black South Africans were already barred from such activities under apartheid, it was hoped that an international cultural boycott would selectively punish white South Africans, breeding resentment and undermining support for the ruling National Party. While UN restrictions on trade and military support were only selectively respected by some of the most powerful nations of the world, the cultural boycott against South Africa held firm. Paul Simon entered this picture after being turned onto the Managua and Mube, the music of South Africa's black townships, and conceived the Graceland album, which would go on to be one of his most successful and important works as a solo artist. In the face of public criticism of his plans, Simon traveled to Johannesburg in February 1985 for a recording session with South African artists like Ladysmith Black Mambazo, a vocal group largely unknown both to the outside world and to white South Africans, who had little opportunity under apartheid to hear the music of their black countrymen. The result of these sessions was a landmark album that sold millions of copies, won multiple Grammys, and earned a place in the United States National Registry in 2006. It was only appropriate that Paul Simon would be the first major international star to perform in South Africa after the lifting of the UN boycott. With the support of the ANC and its recently freed leader Nelson Mandela, Simon performed before 40,000 cheering fans in Johannesburg's Ellis Park Stadium on this date in 1992. It was a powerful symbolic event that also underscored the limits of symbolism in addressing entrenched inequality. As the New York Times noted, most black South Africans cannot afford to pay up to $30 a ticket or lack cars to travel to Johannesburg from the outlying black townships. As a result, the audience for Simon's historic South African concert was overwhelmingly young and white. And as your entertainment report for Thursday, January 11, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.